For the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if we can remain standing for a moment of silence for our troops and our first responders. Thank you. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. We have a public presentation this evening. Chief?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Back in December of last year, I received an email from Michaela Carla that she is in the Scouts of America program and she is working on her Eagle Scout project. So Michaela, if you'd like to come up. She contacted me because of the project that she was working on, dealt with pet preparedness for in the case of an emergency, whether it be a fire, some natural disaster, tornado, without power, something like that, where pets would need to be cared for outside of their normal environment. So we met, we discussed her project, and I'm going to let her take it from here and describe everything she did, which is pretty awesome. So, Kayla, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi.
So for my project, I saw the issue of pets dying in lots of fires and emergencies, and I came up with an Eagle project to accommodate for this issue in the community. I have created quite a few things. I created emergency stickers to go on the outside of your house. This would alert firefighters of pets in residence, and I made sure there were specific things that I wanted in my stickers, such as the quantity of pets, exotic animals like birds, and also barn animals, because there's also been a lot of barn fires recently, and sometimes the barns are hidden so people don't know that they're there, and they're trapped so they can't get out themselves. And then I also created these pamphlets which tell you everything you need to know in the case of an emergency to help out with your pet's importance, about the pet alert stickers, evacuation plans, and a grab bag, just informing the community of what they can do to help out their pets in case of this emergency. And then I also created this emergency grab bag. So I talked about it in the pamphlet, what this grab bag is and what you need for it. So the grab bag is something that you would grab on your way out of an emergency because it's got everything that you need in it, such as food or vet records and a carry-on bag, some toys, things that are familiar for your pet, because in case of an emergency you don't have those things for your pet, and it helps you jumpstart and get back with them in case any of their belongings are lost so you don't lose your friend. And so then I also got donated emergency pet food. This is food that'll last 5 years, not open. So in case an emergency does happen, you're able to feed your pet. And this is also emergency water that can also last 5 years because water biodegrades in the container, and this container lasts 5 years. So this is to help feed your pet along with that. And then I have leftover money that was donated to my cause. This is for the Brunswick Hills Fire Department Association. So yeah, it was a really cool project, very interesting. I got a lot of donations to help out, and I just wanted to give it all to you guys to help out with the community and raise awareness. All of these things will be set out for the fire department for whatever use they may have. I made 250 stickers, 250 pamphlets, tons of food, and then this one example grab bag. So yeah, thank you.
Awesome, very good.
Okay, yeah, that's
Nice
great.
job.
Yeah.
So what our plan is to take her items that she did make, we'll put them in actual bags as well and distribute them at open house and Meet Santa and things like that until we've depleted our resources. We'll also use her money in the association. We're going to try to find some other pet-friendly things that we can include in those bags, just maybe like as treats or something like that, but we'll find something. And then we're going to keep this bag intact so that we can put it on display and show people what's supposed to be in their bag when they put that back together. So to recognize her efforts, I did prepare a resolution that I'd ask for the board to adopt. It's resolution number 20-2025, and it is in recognition of Eagle Scout candidate Michaela Carla. And it reads as this: whereas the Board of Trustees of Brunswick Hills Township, Medina County, Ohio, met in regular session on Tuesday, May 27. Whereas Michaela Carla has completed the Eagle Scout Service Project requirement as set forth by the Scouts of America by developing a pet emergency preparedness flyer, bag, and stickers for the Brunswick Hills Township Fire Department. Whereas the Brunswick Hills Township Board of Trustees believes this project and the donation of said equipment should be recognized by the Board of Trustees on behalf of the Brunswick Hills Fire Department and the residents of Brunswick Hills Township. And then Trustee Murphy, if you'd be so kind as to move for the adoption.
Yeah, I move to adopt Resolution 2025, recognition of Eagle Scout candidate Michaela Carla.
I'll second.
Okay, and now therefore it be resolved by the Brunswick Hills Board of Trustees that appreciation be extended to Eagle Scout candidate Michaela Carla for completing her Scouts of America Eagle Scout Service Project. And that is for you. Don't go anywhere, you're still up here. And we have another recognition.
Chief, before you move on.
Yes.
I need to call the roll on that
okay.
resolution, please. I'll call the roll. Tricka?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes. Okay.
Thank you. I forgot about the roll. As Michaela had said, about the time that she reached out just prior to, we had a couple of fires in the township where a total of 4 pets were lost. And I think that's what probably helped spark her interest in completing this project. Along the same lines as her wanting to complete this project, one of the victims of a fire, Trisha Cardellino, had reached out and asked that a landscaper who was doing landscaping at the house next to her house be recognized for his efforts in trying to rescue her 2 dogs. And I'm going to ask Patricia to come on up and say a few words.
Hi, my name is Trisha Cardellino. As Chief said, I had a house fire on October 24th. I live in the meadows of South Point off South Carpenter. I came home to a house engulfed in smoke. I didn't know what was going on other than I had 2 dogs inside. And that was I'm gonna cry. I called 911 and I was screaming. And the landscaper who just happened to be mowing the lawn next door heard me over. He had headphones on and everything and heard me. And I barely knew him. I've seen him in the neighborhood. He's cut my lawn a couple times. He cuts for Meadows of South Point. He cuts on my street. He ran inside my house because he knew I had 2 dogs in there. Unfortunately, they were not able to be saved. However, I will be forever grateful to him, to the fire department, to the police, everyone that tried, because there were so many efforts being made that day. And I reached out to Chief and I said, I just feel like he needs to be recognized. I don't think any passerby would have been that courageous to do that, and it was a horrible situation. So anyway, that's my story. I'm glad that he's being recognized. I'm sorry that he can't be here today. I really appreciate your efforts, and I will get I had those stickers outside my house to save my 2 dogs at both entrances of your house. So anyway, thank you all, and I'm glad he's being recognized.
Thank you.
So I did reach out to Tony DeCenzo, who was the landscaper next door. And basically I asked him for his version of the story. And pretty much exactly the same. He was cutting the grass next door. He said that the neighbor came home, the garage opened, and he noticed some smoke coming out of the garage. He heard the neighbor screaming, ran over, and she said that her pets were inside. He tried to use the man door in the garage to make entry into the house to rescue the pets. Unfortunately, the man door was adjacent to the kitchen, which was the area of origin for the fire. He said the smoke was very heavy. He tried to put his dust mask that he used when he's mowing lawns over his face to try to block, and he said it was just too thick. He couldn't see, couldn't catch his breath to get in, but he said he tried 3 or 4 times to get in. He actually tried to use his leaf blower to get some of the smoke out, but to no avail. But tonight I'd like to, and unfortunately he is not available to be here tonight. He plays in a band, and they have a gig on Tuesdays. So, but I did want to recognize Tommy DeCenzo, and I'd ask the board to adopt resolution number 21-2025, which reads as follows. Whereas the Board of Trustees of Brunswick Hills Township, Medina County, Ohio, met in regular session on Tuesday, May 27th. Whereas on October 24th, 2024, a devastating house fire threatened the safety and well-being of 2 dogs. And whereas shortly after the discovery of the fire, Tommy DeCenzo, exhibiting extraordinary courage and selflessness, bravely attempted to rescue the dogs trapped inside the burning home despite the peril to his own life and safety. And whereas Tommy DeCenzo demonstrated unwavering commitment to the preservation of life, even in the face of overwhelming danger, embodying the highest ideals of compassion and self-sacrifice. And whereas though the circumstances were dire, Tommy DeCenzo's actions serve as an inspiration to others, reminding us of the power of human kindness, courage, and the shared responsibility to protect all persons and animals. I'd ask that Trustee Murphy motion for the adoption.
Yes, I'll offer and move for adoption Resolution 21-2025.
And I'll second, and I will call the roll. Tricka?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes.
And then continues on, now therefore be it resolved, the Brunswick Hills Board of Trustees recognize Tommy DeCenzo, a true hero, and gratitude for his brave attempt to save the lives of 2 dogs during the tragic fire.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Tommy, for your bravery in
Yes.
trying to rescue those dogs. Thank you for your presentation of items for pets, and that know that it'll go throughout the township and hopefully save some pets in the future. So we truly appreciate your efforts.
Yeah, good job. Okay, moving on to the approval of minutes. We have a set of minutes from December 18th.
I will move to approve the December 18, 2024 regular meeting minutes.
And I'll second,
I
No.
vote yes.
and I'll vote yes. Okay,
The next is April 8th, 2025 regular meeting minutes. I move to approve those.
and I'll second, and I'll vote yes.
Yes.
And a special meeting on April 14th, 2025. I'll move to approve those.
I will second.
And I'll vote yes, Tricka.
Yes.
Another special meeting that was held on April 30th, 2025. I'll move to approve those as well.
I will second.
Tricka.
Yes.
And I'll vote yes. And the regular meeting from May 13th, 2025.
I will move to approve those.
And I'll second, and I'll vote yes,
Yes.
Tricka.
Yes.
Okay, so we do have a few outstanding minutes yet to be approved. They're currently being written. Okay. We have 3 regular meeting minutes, one from February 25th, one from March 25th, and one from April 22nd. Moving on to department reports, zoning, please. Daryl?
So I'm not going to go over a single item on here, but this month we took in a little over $4,000 in fees for applications. Of note, 2 new houses are being built. That's good news. And there are 13 applications processed on this report. For reasons unknown to me and iWorks, there are 5 applications that will not print out on here because they're for ag exempt certificates, which there is no fee. And if there's no fee, it just doesn't run through the report system. So there's 5 more buildings that were applied for and got ag exemptions during the past 30 days.
Okay,
Okay?
great, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Police?
First off, I want to congratulate 2025 Brunswick High School graduates. They graduated this past Saturday. So good luck to them in their future. And a couple more days here we have in middle schools and elementary schools. So we're going to be let out. So hopefully all these kids will be happy that their summer has begun and it'll be a safe and happy summer for them. Got one request for the board. This is for emergency equipment for a low profile vehicle for the Chevy Traverse. This installation will take place at Tim Lally in an amount of $6,965. This will come out of our motor vehicle line item.
I'll move to approve.
I will second.
And I'll call the roll. Tricka?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Fire, please.
Good evening again. Just 2 requests tonight. The first is request to purchase a 2025 Tahoe SSV, which stands for Special Services Vehicle, from our motor vehicle line item in the EMS category. If the board recalls, we had budgeted for replacement of a vehicle in 2026. We budgeted the money for this year. We would get it in 2026. Upon reaching out to Lally Chevrolet, his 160 vehicles that he had allocated for next year are already all spoken for. He had one from this year's allotment that was declined by the department that was supposed to take it. So he had sent me the quote for it. I would recommend to the board that we move on the vehicle. It's about 6 months ahead of schedule, 7 months ahead of schedule of our purchase from next year in 2026. But we would be out actually for 2026 looking into 2027 for that vehicle. The vehicle is replacing our 2014 Explorer, which has 80,000 miles on it. I did talk to Corey at the service department, and he asked if he could have that vehicle. And we did just put $1,349 into the vehicle for a new front end, basically. And it is starting to become, between last year and this year, heavy on the maintenance upkeep of that vehicle. I'm not sure whether it's appropriate for emergency response anymore at this time because of those items that are critical items.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll move to purchase the vehicle from Tim Lally Chevrolet in the amount of $52,872.
I will second.
And I'll just mention, I did ask for the PO in that amount. That's amount the quote was. I called him today to make sure they still had the vehicle, that they didn't sell it to anyone. And he said there's actually another $168 or $9 that'll be taken off the price for something that they're not supposed to charge for that was on the quote. So,
Okay. And I'll call the roll. I'll vote yes. Tricka?
Yes.
Okay.
thank you. The next request I sent to the board today, one of our members who is one of our full-time members who also works for Columbia Fire Department attended a propane natural gas training this past weekend with that department. He highly recommended the training. It said it was very good training. They're hosting it again on June 28th at the Columbia Fire Department, free of charge. I would ask that approval for 4 members to attend that training.
I will move to approve.
I'll second. I'll call the roll. I'll vote yes. Tricka?
Yes.
Thank you. Just a few announcements. First, our Junior Fire Academy is June 27th. We're almost full. The last I checked, we had 17 registered, and we take up to 20 students. So it's filling up fast. If you have somebody interested, contact Lieutenant Pavel. Next, I'd like to congratulate Lieutenant Drum. He is actually due to come back from, he's been off on medical for a few months. And when I was putting him back on duty in our system here, realized that he has celebrated 35 years with the department. He was hired January 8th of 1990. So
Yep.
thank you, Mike, Lieutenant Drum, for your 35 years of service. He is our highest tenured member. We have one member on his heels, firefighter Storch, that has 34 years. So I think they're trying to see who's going to last the longest. But thank you, Lieutenant Drum. And then lastly, if you followed us on social media, we did have extrication practice last week, and Chisney's Towing donated 3 vehicles for our guys to cut up, and we'd like to just say thank you to them. They tow them over, we cut them up, and they pick them up and take them back at no charge to the township. So thank you very much to Chisney's Towing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Service Department, please.
First, I have approval to purchase, it's called a Mama Rock Screen by Bear Ironworks. What it is, it's what it sounds like. The reason why I'd like to purchase this is because the grindings that we get off the road every year, we stockpile. So instead of buying burn material 411s for $26.10 a ton, we have the material sitting there. We can sort it, make it smaller so we can go through our auger system on our trucks to put down on the berm. So roughly numbers, it'd take 333 ton to purchase the amount of material to purchase for the amount of the what the machine cost. Numbers wise, we put 100 to 125 ton down with culvert pipe replacements. We put 100 to 125 ton of burning material down. So we're already at 200, 250 ton that we put down anyways. So that's just times 2610. We already have the material sitting there. So the total of the screen would be $8,700. That is shipped from Colorado to the service garage.
What was the cost again? 8,000?
$8,700. That'll come out of line item 1,330,390,0000.
I will move to approve. Tricka?
I will second.
And I'll call the roll. I'll vote yes. Tricka?
Yes.
Also, we figured within 2 to 3 years it'll pay for itself. So
Sure.
next would be the approval to receive the fire department Ford Explorer. The reason why I would ask for it is because the one that we have donated from our police department, that has 156,000 miles on it. So we're getting basically half of that for the fire department one. And then once we receive that and get all of our lights on it, ask to have that put on Gov Deals for sale.
I will move to approve the transfer from the fire department to the service department of that vehicle.
I'll second. I'll call the roll. Tricka?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes.
Third, approval to hire 880 Construction to replace 30 catch basins on the roads that we're paving this year. The cool part is there's a drainage assessment fund out there. So actually it's no cost to us at the township. Medina County's actually will be paying for it.
Right.
That'll be for a total of $69,500.
And that will be invoiced right to the county?
Correct.
Okay, so do we have to approve that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Move to approve.
And I will second.
And I'll call the roll. Tricka?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes.
And finally, approval to hire Melway Paving for a chip seal roads, chip seal and fog seal for Boston Reserve, Roxanne, Roscommon, and Limerick. Roscommon and Limerick were supposed to be done this year, but we actually got a better deal not putting chip seal in with our asphalt for the bid for or through Medina County.
Yeah.
So for the 4 roads, chip sealed and fog sealed, we're looking at $71,111. That'll also come out of the general fund line item 1,330,390.
Was there an extra road in there?
There was 4 of them:
There's,
Limerick, Roscommon, Boston Reserve, and Roxanne.
okay.
Then that's in addition to the 726,000.
Right,
So
right.
good year of paving.
It has to be done.
Correct.
Yeah. I'll move to approve.
I will second.
And I'll call the roll. I'll vote yes. Tricka?
Yes.
That is it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris, one thing that just sparked my memory here, since he mentioned Limerick, we did post that there's a water main break on Limerick, and the county sanitary engineer is out there fixing it now. So hold fast, people. Your water will be back on soon.
Okay, moving on to trustees' reports. Tricka, do you have anything?
Not tonight.
I don't either. Fiscal officer's report. We have checks to be signed this evening. We have payroll. Post date today, 5/27, in the amount of $69,916.61.
Is that the total 67,916?
67,916.61.
Yes. You moved?
Yeah,
All right, a second, and I will vote yes.
and I'll vote yes.
And then we have a warrant list dated, I think this is dated tonight, May 27th. Yeah, in the amount of $146,263.87. I will move to approve.
I'll second.
I vote yes.
I'll vote yes. And then we have a then and now purchase order to Titan Manufacturing and Distributing. And that will be purchase order 98 in the amount of $694.67. I'll move to approve.
And who's that for? Which department?
2261, who's got that number?
I think that's a police.
Is that you?
Might have been a door.
No, it says, like,
I looked it up. I thought
is
it was
it
out of the
exercise machines?
Law Enforcement
Oh,
Trust Fund.
That's the workout machine, yeah.
Right,
I
right.
thought it was Titan Construction, never mind.
No. 2261, 210.
There's a lot of Titan.
Did you move on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I will second.
And I'll call the roll. I'll vote yes.
Yes.
Terrific, yeah. That's mine. And I believe that is it for fiscal officer. Okay, any old business? New business? Any miscellaneous or correspondence? Okay, announcement of upcoming meetings. We have the Comprehensive Land Use Committee will meet Monday, June 2nd at 6:30 right here. We also have a tentative special meeting on Tuesday, June 3rd at 12 noon for an interview. The Board of Zoning Appeals will meet Wednesday, June 4th at 7 p.m. The Zoning Commission will meet June 5th at 7 p.m. What's that?
OBZA.
No BZA. Okay. So scratch that. No BZA this month or coming up in June. The next trustee meeting will be June 10th. Is there any public input?
Thank you. If you'll indulge me for a moment or two here. Linda Hudson, 314 Pearl Road, Brunswick Hills. I don't know if everybody has been keeping in touch with the Citizens for Property Tax Reform. It's a grassroots group that is trying to get together to initiate some very important tax reform here in the state. There's a lady named Beth Blackmar, and she's headed up the media relations there, and they also are doing public broadcasts for everyone. Since we don't have newspapers, we can't get people to know what's out there and what's available, so they asked me to bring some information. Voice of the People, WHKW, 1220 a.m. The Word is held on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. You can listen on iHeartRadio, or you can also do just simple radio. You can also call in. I'll leave a few of these pamphlets here if anybody is interested. Basically, this is something that they've been trying for a very long time to get them to take a look seriously at the tax reform that is much needed here in our communities. A lot of our senior citizens are now paying more in taxes than they did when their original house payment was paid off. So to make it a nice story here, on the AG Yost statement of May 9th, 2025, the petition title is Summary of Proposed Constitutional Amendment to Eliminate Property Taxes in Ohio has been accepted. So we've made the first hurdle. Having a stream exam, carefully examining the submission, he concluded that the title and the summary are fair and truthful statements of the proposed constitutional amendment. As the next step in the process, the Ohio Ballot Board must determine whether the proposal contains a single constitutional amendment or multiple constitutional amendments. If the board certifies the proposal, the petitioners must then collect signatures from registered voters equal to at least 10% of the vote cast in the most recent gubernatorial election. Those signatures must come from the voters in at least 44 of the Ohio's 88 counties. And for each of those counties, the number must equal at least 5% of the vote cast in the most recent gubernatorial election as well. If sufficient signatures are verified by the Ohio Secretary of State office at least 65 days before the election, the full text of the proposed amendment will be placed on the ballot in the next regular or general election that occurs subsequent to the 125 days for the filing of such petition. It's very, very important. We're in this home stretch, and anyone that would like to have any information can contact Ms. Beth Blackmar, and I'll leave the information here as well, or they can contact me via email as well, so that we can get the information out there to anyone that would like to sign those petitions. If we are successful in obtaining those, it could make a tremendous, huge difference for our communities, and especially our aging people. As we have these houses that are aging out and everything, the taxes are getting higher and higher and higher. The school property taxes are getting higher and higher and higher, and it is literally forcing our senior citizens to find homes elsewhere. Do we want them to leave our communities after they have spent their lives here in our community? This is the only way that we can possibly support them as well. I urge everyone to please get informed. Listen to the radio, get out there as much information as you can, pass along as much information as you can, and be sure to sign those petitions if they're in your area. If there are none in your area, volunteer, send someone out and we'll help you carry them. We'll carry them to anywhere we can to get enough of those people involved so that we do get this on the ballot and it can be considered. Thank you, that's all I have for this evening.
Thanks.
Oh, email, I'm sorry, summertreasures@1891@gmail.com.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Anthony Destro, 301 Marks Road. I never received an email about the complaint I want to file against Chief Strazo. So what are we going to do about that?
It's my understanding that something has to be written to us in detail so we can move forward with whatever the complaint is.
What I wrote last time, it doesn't count. Those are the things that I'm gonna prove that he's done wrong, all of those violations.
I don't think it was detailed enough. Turka?
I don't think so.
Can you
Just
tell me
summary.
exactly
And I
what you
believe
want?
Ryan talked to you. Did Trustee Nixon talk to you about it?
No, not
Okay.
since then.
Oh, I thought he talked to you about it.
I can give you guys a little bit more detail right now.
Oh, I'd rather have it in writing.
As they said before,
myself.
I don't think we're going to
Yeah, I'd rather have. it in
conduct a
writing
trial
so
here
we
during
can
public
review it.
input.
Can you leave me to the floor, please? Can you ask Mr. Strasel to let me speak?
Can you leave that with us so we can take a look at it?
Well, this is the only one I have of this, but I have a smaller copy. It's hard to read. You have to magnify it.
Mm-hmm.
This
Board, I would say
would-
this is not appropriate for this venue and context.
If you have that for us to take a look at before we go any further, I'd like to look at that.
Sure. Right now. I can go over to just real. It's a real quick.
No, not in public, because I don't even know what we're looking at, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't want to bring anything up, that's.
Okay. I can give you quick what it is. This is
Well-
just my fire code. These are the violations I had, and then the months that I got them.
Okay.
So the ones that are the same color are the same, and then it'll show which was left off to the state.
Can you leave this here?
Yeah, I can leave that.
If I can look at it maybe after the meeting?
Sure.
And then we'll go from there. Okay.
And then I guess I have a question for Anthony, if he checked on who might have filled the FOIA request that I asked you last 2 weeks ago?
You didn't ask me for a FOIA request.
Oh,
You asked me a question.
Yeah, who-
If you have a FOIA request, you can direct that to me, but
No, I don't have a FOIA request. I just asked you who filled the FOIA requests, the ones for the code enforcement position?
and I didn't look that up.
Well, I guess the reason I asked is one of the FOIA requests I received a copy of the applicant's driver's license and social security number unredacted. So I think it's important that you maybe find out, because per your policy and procedure, only the chief or the assistant chief is allowed to disseminate, I guess, public information. And I don't think it was the assistant chief. The reason I think that is whenever I FOIA requested Anthony's file, there was a lot of redactions. Everything is address, everything was redacted, but on the applicant's file, not much of that was redacted. And obviously, the copy of his social security number and his driver's license were both unredacted.
Okay, thanks for letting us know.
So I think it's important maybe to find that out.
Right.
And then,
Thank you.
so after the meeting, you'll look that over, and then when, I guess I need to know what you need from me so I can.
Well,
I wanna
I'm
get
not
this
sure
over with.
until I look this over.
Okay, can I go over that with you? It'll just be explaining what it is.
Well,
after
I'd
the
rather
meeting?
just read it myself
Okay,
and, see what I need from that,
okay,
if I need anything from you.
okay,
Okay?
yep.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Okay, very good. Then I will move that we go off camera for the purpose of signing all these checks and the few then and now purchase order we have here. So that's my motion.
Okay, I will second, noting it is 7:40 PM.
Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you for coming.
I'll vote yes.
Oh, and I'll vote yes. Hey, Linda. Thanks.